Hello and welcome to this edition of Pecs and Politics. It's been a while, and hasn't the world changed in some ways for the better? In some ways perhaps not quite so, but that is the way of the world. It's a rocky roller coaster of improvements and taking steps back. Now, it's also good to be here to give you the opportunity to listen to my rants, to my controversial opinions, to me spouting out things that might make you angry, upset, passionate, which is good, of course, because that's how change comes about, through people who are angry and upset with their status quo and wish for change. Or it may be that you've just come to look at my boobs. Hopefully at some point while staring at my pectorals you may listen to something that makes you think, oh, I never thought about that. Or if you've just literally come to stare at my boobs, at least maybe I've put a smile on your face. Either way, I hope you're going away with some kind of emotion from this video. Now, let me start by qualifying this video with my position on what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm a Republican. No, I'm not a Republican with a capital R like an American Republican. I'm British. I'm a Republican. I believe that the United Kingdom should be a republic, i.e. not a monarchy. I'm anti the monarchy. So now you know where I'm coming from. So all those people who think, oh, I don't want to listen to somebody who's anti the monarchy, this is your chance to not waste any more of your precious seconds of your life and go and do something else, like flick through another page of the Daily Mail, or go through your table, your coffee table book of Princess Diana's dresses. It's entirely up to you. Whatever you choose to do, you may decide there are better things that you could be doing than listening to my nonsense. There you go. Now, as I say, I'm anti-monarchy, but there's been a story recently that has really made my heart warm up in relation to one element of the royal family. And that's the story of two individuals called Harry and Meghan. Now, who was Harry? Well, Harry is a youngish man in his 30s who just trying to live the life he wants to live with the people he loves, and trying to do the best for the people he loves, and trying to live a life that's not really, impacting on anybody else, but that's bringing him happiness and joy as much as possible, just like anybody else, really, in life. But the problem for Harry was that he was born into a situation, just like all of us, we had no choice over. But most of us are not born into a situation where even prior to being born, we are closely being watched by the eyes of the world, the media, the public, the vast majority of whom, 99.9% of whom, will never get to know you, will probably never even meet you, don't really care anything about you, really don't have your vested interests close to their heart. They just want to know about you because of who you are born as and into. And unfortunately for him, one of the very few people who he could trust, one of the few people who did have his interests close to their heart, also became a victim of that same system which she chose to marry into, but that she was eventually killed by. And the other problem for Harry now is that he's fallen in love. Now, that's a problem for many of us, of course. Falling in love brings with itself many, many problems. But for most of us, when we fall in love, we don't have to justify it. Okay, if we come from maybe very traditional families, some people, particularly from certain cultures, religions, and backgrounds, some families do have a bigger say in who you can and cannot marry. If my parents dared to tell me or give me their opinion on who I could or could not marry, I would just turn around and tell them to fuck off. Now, you might say that's a very disrespectful view to my parents, but actually my parents wouldn't even dare to tell me, because they know they brought up a young man, increasingly older man, who is able to make his own decisions and his own mistakes in life. And whether they like or don't like my choice of partner, they realise it's my choice and it's my life. as you would hope most parents would do. Also in my life and in relation to the person I fall in love to, there are no judgments about that person's background because they're of a certain faith, because I don't believe in anything. I think religion is all a load of nonsense. There's no judgment on that person because of their skin colour, because I don't care, and my family, by and large, don't care either. And there's no judgment by members of the press. And I certainly am not part of an institution with which I had no choice over, which has within it advisors and professionals who are paid to tell me what is in the best interest of that institution. Not me, but in the best interest of that institution, of the brand. What will be the best PR move for myself and the brand. Unfortunately, that is the life that Harry was born into. And then, of course, I say he fell in love. He had the great misfortune to fall in love. First of all, with somebody who wasn't Church of England. Second of all, with somebody who wasn't British. Thirdly, somebody who happened to have been half of another ethnic colour, black. Fourthly, somebody who, yes, happened to have been an actress, and she gets blamed for acting. How dare he? How dare he fall in love? So that's Harry and Meghan. And my heart has been warmed by them and their efforts now, basically to tell the world to fuck off and to live their own life. Because what I just do not understand, because what I love about that is finally somebody who was born into that institution of the royal family is turning around and saying, I'm a human being. Fuck off and let me be a human being. Because what I have never understood about royalists, people who love the royal family, people who collect all the plates and all the biscuit tins and watch all the weddings and all the buy all the souvenir magazine editions and coffee table books of the royal family. I loved the Queen. What I don't understand about you is, through your love for the institution of the royal family, you care nothing about the human lives which are caught up within it. You cannot both love the institution of the royalty and claim that you care about the lives of the human beings whose lives become entwined and embroiled and victimised because of it. Now, most of those individuals who are born into it have succumbed to the institution. They play the role because they feel they have very little choice, or because of threats, or because they know if they didn't, things might be worse for them. Maybe. But they had very little choice in there. They are born prisoners of the media. In fact, they are prisoners of the media before they're even born. While they are just fetuses, they are obsessed over in the British press and the world press, and the eyes of the world are upon them. And as I said, virtually none of those eyes actually care about them as individuals. All they want is a juicy story and to be nosy into the lives of people they don't know, don't care about, and will never know. Why? You tell me. Your lives so irrelevant? Is your life so shit that this is just an ultimate form of soap opera obsession? You know, or nosy neighbourliness, that your life is so inadequate that you need to obsess over the lives of other people? You tell me, because I'm not one of them. I don't know. I do not understand it. What you are doing is supporting a system, a cruel system, which imprisons the lives of those people. Yes, they are recompensed financially, but it's not a recompense that would be enough for me to have my rights as a free-thinking, free-behaving human being who is able to pursue his own dreams and his own ambitions in life. Because that is what Harry has done. That is what Harry is trying to do. And he will never be able to do it to the same level that you or I can. But at least he's trying. At least he's finally saying to you, the obsessive royal fanatic, fuck off, get a life, and let me get mine. with the woman I love and the children I father. Well done, Harry. Reminding us that these people in the royal family are human beings, something most royalists forget. So there you go. That's my rant on Pecs and Politics today. Thank you for joining me. I hope I've made you angry. Anger's good. Get passionate, get angry. And if you want to respond, of course, you can leave a comment below. Have yourself a lovely day. Ciao for now.